visiting today with David Toogood and Ben Ezell. They are the President and Vice President of Work Services Corporation here in Wichita Falls, one of the largest employers in this area. In fact, so gentlemen, thanks for taking time to sit down with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us. David, let's start with you if we could. You assumed the role of President and CEO of Work Services earlier this year, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
I was hired January 1st this year, and I formally took over as president on the 1st of March.
And before that, you were in the U.S. Air Force, correct?
That's correct.
You retired as an officer?
Yes.
And went right to work for Work Services, I guess, or very soon thereafter, huh?
Actually, there was a little bit of overlap.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was hoping for a little break between my first career and my second one, and I didn't have the opportunity for that. So
I see. So Uncle Sam still had a piece of you by the time you got here, huh?
Yes,
okay.
Just a little bit.
And Ben Ezell, you, I understand you came to Work Services from the for-profit corporate side of the world. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yes. I spent about 33 years in the energy industry with the parent company of what's Encore Electric Utility today. So I spent about my first 15 years engineering and operations, actually here in Wichita Falls, as a young engineer out of school, and wound up as the engineering and operations manager here. I moved to Dallas with my family, and we spent about the last 18 years in Dallas leading supply chain for the parent company for Encore Energy Future Holdings. I spent a couple of years after I retired there, and spent a couple of years as chief operating officer for a security firm, nationwide security firm in Dallas. We had operations around the country, and I thought I was going to retire, and my wife said, "You don't need to do that yet." So I found David and Work Services, and I'm so happy I've joined here late summer. And they were preparing. David was making preparations to move in this new facility, and I was just so excited to join David and this team and the mission for what we're doing here.
Let's talk a little bit about Work Services Corporation. As I started off saying, you're one of the largest employers in this area.
That's correct.
Yeah. How many employees does Work Services have, David?
We have over 600 employees today. It fluctuates daily, but we have over 600. I think we're in the top 10 employers of the area. Yes.
And the mission of this company is you employ a large number of people that have a disability of some sort.
Yes.
On some level. That makes up a good portion of your workforce, does it not?
That's correct.
Okay.
So our mission here is essentially to empower people with disabilities to grow and become independent. So that's the core of what we do. We're not here to make money off of making widgets or make money off of providing services. We're really here to have those operations and lines of business support our true mission of providing opportunity for people with disabilities.
Right. You have a number of contracts, Ben, with the U.S. Air Force, with the state of Texas. Let's talk a little bit about the different things that Work Services does around the area.
Services that we have today, our largest kind of brand of service or service line would be our food services. So at Sheppard Air Force Base, we employ over 320 employees at Sheppard Air Force Base alone. So everything from food preparation, cooking, the service, the cleaning, everything associated from front to back of the shop, serving, I want to say 9,000 meals per day. Is about the number of meals that we're serving today at Sheppard Air Force Base alone.
Let's talk briefly about some of the other things that you're involved in also.
Yeah, so I usually have to visualize a map to remember exactly what it is we do where. So from north to south, we've got a decent footprint at Fort Sill in Oklahoma. We have about 60 seasonal employees in the summer doing grounds maintenance. So if you've ever driven up there and seen that nice green polo field as you're going to Oklahoma City, it's our crew out there that maintains that field. So we have over 3,500 acres of grounds that we maintain day in and day out. Moving down to the Wichita Falls area, we also have some grounds maintenance that we do here. We take care of the grounds at the tech stop facilities in town. We do a little roadside mowing. We do some things for the city, some of the parks. We have some commercial contracts here locally where we take care of the grounds for some of the businesses. We have rest stop attendance and maintenance. Iowa Park Rest Stop is one of them. Mm-hmm. In that same line of business, for the state of Texas, we take care of the brand new rest stop between Abilene and Fort Worth on I-20. Okay. It's in Eastland County, mm-hmm. Near the city of Ranger. And those are some massive, impressive facilities if you haven't seen them. I think they were about $22 million to purchase. I think it's about 18 acres on each side of the interstate. Mm-hmm. And that's a 24/7 operation that we run out there with about 15 employees.
Wow. So a very large company it has become, but I get the impression, based on the new facilities you've got here, you've got visions of it growing.
That's right.
And so what are the plans for the future of Work Services Corporation right now?
So we're really in a growth mode. We've spent this last year posturing for growth, and now that we're in our new facility, we're ready to start the actual growth. So we have all the service contracts that we just talked about, but we also have a little bit on the manufacturing side. So we make paper clips for the federal government. That's a line of business we've been in since 1979, and we estimate that we've made over 16 billion paper clips.
Wow.
And that's a lot of paper clips.
It's a lot of paper clips.
Every day. We have a wood shop that makes stakes and laths for survey teams, construction teams, things like that. We have a few small contracts to help other local businesses with a variety of services. Nitrous Express is one of our clients. We make some wire pairs and some components that go into their racing kits. Sometimes we fold their t-shirts, put them in a bag, send out their promotional materials. Yeah. So we have various small projects that we work on. And that's really the side of the business that we're looking to grow, because this facility here is really opportunity to expand into other manufacturing type businesses, warehousing, supply management. One thing we're looking into specifically is electronic recycling. So there's a project that we haven't committed to yet, but involves collecting electronic material, old computers, televisions, things like that, demanufacturing those products, dividing it, separating it into raw material, and then sending that raw material out for sale on the market.
Right. Keeps it out of the landfill.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it sounds like this company is poised for some fairly serious growth in the very near future.
Yes.
And this facility was a U.S. Postal Service facility.
Yep.
That was purchased.
That's correct.
And refurbished over a period of, I don't know how long did you work on it?
It's about a year and a half,
yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah. And it's turned into a beautiful facility.
Yes.
I'm sure a lot of work went into it.
Yep.
But as it stands right now, like you said, you're one of the top 10 employers in this region. And it sounds like you're on your way to becoming maybe one of the top 5.
Hope so.
Very soon.
As we talked earlier, we've got about 45,000 square feet of floor space in our manufacturing and shop environment there. We also have our old Armory Road facility, which has been our headquarters for 62 years. And we still have plenty of space. We're moving some of our production out of that facility there and opening it up for more production, particularly in the wood shop environment. So we're hoping that we're going to be able to gain some ground and grow our wood product business there. We also operate all of our landscaping crews out of that center as well. We've got 45,000 square feet here. A portion of it is already committed to our some manufacturing, but we're looking for new product lines, and we're hoping that we can serve the North Texas area with new products in manufacturing, logistics, warehousing, component assembly, those kinds of things. So we're working on some things today that we're hopeful that we can expand quickly.
One of the other things that I've heard talked about is document conversion.
Yes.
That's another business that Work Services is looking to move into. So let's talk a little bit about the document conversion. What's that all about?
So we've been in it for a little bit of time now. And it's all about providing document services for a number of different customers. In the digital age, people are starting to do away with paperwork, and there are a lot of people that are now doing all of their document managing online in the cloud, things like that. But they still have a file full of archived documents that they want to keep, or in some cases it's a room, and in other cases it's an entire warehouse of documents that they need to keep. Well, that storage and that upkeep and that access costs time and money, and there's a more efficient way to do that. So one of the services that we provide is take those paper documents that you have archived, collect them and digitize those images and provide them back to the customer in whatever format it is they want, whether it's a CD, a thumb drive, a hard drive, or those documents uploaded and managed into a cloud service. So that's a service that we provide now that we're very excited about, and we're hearing a lot of demand for it.
Yeah, I can see where there would be a lot of growth in that area in the near future. Gentlemen, thank you very much for sitting down with us for a few minutes and talking a little bit about Work Services Corporation and helping us educate the public about what you are and what you do.